the lane, gets to the rim, he throws it down.
Cunningham race to the rim, he finishes
through the screen. Cunningham gets the ball against Bam, pulls up for the win, got it!
23 years old, 26 points, 9 assists, All-NBA, 7th in MVP voting. This is not a future star, this is Cade Cunningham right now. And the way he's doing it, slower, smarter, more surgical than any guard in the league. From averaging 17 points as a rookie to now dropping 26 a night in only his 4th season.
Pistons run it the other way. It's Cade with it, Hill with it, to the basket for a slam.
Cade has quietly dragged one of the worst franchises in basketball back into the playoff picture for the first time in over a decade. But here's the thing, it's not just about the stats. It's the way he plays, the pace, the control, the vision. Watching Cade is like watching basketball stripped down to its purest form. And it's something most players could never replicate without their numbers dropping off. So in this video, we'll break down exactly why Cade Cunningham's game feels so different from other point guards in the league. And why, frankly, I'm completely obsessed with it.
Steal, and then he's just gonna rear this thing back and jam it right over the top.
Now, there are NBA players who light up the headlines with their style, but most importantly, with the numbers they put up every night, whether it's a barrage of threes or a steady stream of free throws. And then there are others whose greatness doesn't scream from the box score. Their impact is found in the rhythm of their game, the way they move, and the feeling you get watching them play. Chief among those players is Cade Cunningham. For Cade, the shift became undeniable last season. He elevated his game to another level and displayed a skill set that could not be ignored. Whether it's getting to his spots for a bucket or setting up his teammates with precision, Cunningham has the ability to create any look he wants on the floor.
Hooks the pass inside to Cade for a dunk.
It all starts with pace and control. While most guards live in 5th gear, constantly trying to overwhelm defenders with speed, Cade operates on his own terms. He plays between 2nd and 3rd gear, dictating tempo with a composure rare for a player his age. Watch him probe a defense with his deliberate dribbles, a patient scan of the floor, leaning into his 6'6", 220-pound frame to shield defenders or back them down. He surveys, he dictates. Every possession runs through him like a conductor guiding an orchestra. His handle is tight, his motion is smooth, and his reads are sharp. Cade doesn't need explosive athleticism because his control neutralizes it. He's always 2 steps ahead. This is a player who embodies the game the way it's meant to be played. Buckets, pure ethical buckets. A style of basketball that voices around the leagues have been calling for. One built on skill and control, not foul hunting or mindless 3-point volume. And it's why there are no wasted possessions when Cade is in command.
Cade against Dyson Daniels. Drives into the basket. Hook! Hits it! Kiss the glass!
He slows the game down to a pace that feels almost impossible, dictating terms on his own and refusing to play by anyone else's rhythm. That control shines through in his mid-range mastery. While the analytics era downplays the shot, Cade's pull-up jumper is already polished and trending towards elite. He gets to his spot, elevates, and knocks it down with a confidence few players possess. No gimmicks, no unnecessary theatrics. He breaks down a defense, forces a reaction, and if the lane is closed, he improvises. Sometimes it's a tough finish through traffic, other times it's a no-look dime to a wide-open shooter. His vision ensures the right plays are always made, and he does it with a natural swagger that needs no embellishment. Watching Cunningham play basketball is in its purest form. When he's on the floor, the game bends to his pace. The ball slows, defenders scramble, and Cade orchestrates everything with complete control. A patient walk up the court, a screen navigated, a silky pull-up from the elbow, a no-look pass to the corner, or a possession stretched to the brink until the defense breaks. This isn't just about production, it's aesthetic basketball. Cade isn't simply putting up numbers, he's redefining how the game can be played. But as much as aesthetically pleasing basketball is on the eyes, it doesn't mean much without production to back it up. And Cade Cunningham delivered in both. In the 24-25 season, he made the leap from promising young guard to undeniable star, averaging 26.1 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 9.1 assists per game, numbers that put him in elite company. In fact, he became just the 7th player in NBA history to post a season averaging at least 26, 6, and 9. The efficiency was there too. Cunningham shot 46.9% from the floor, 35.6% from 3, and 84.6% at the line, all career highs, along with his scoring, assists, and triples. Most importantly, so were his games played. After a few years of questions about durability, Cade silenced that narrative, logging a career best 70 games and a career high 35 minutes per night. At times, the production was staggering. A career high 18 assists in a 20-point, 11 rebound, 18 assist masterpiece against Miami. 9 triple-doubles on the season, tied for 5th most in the league, 4th in assists overall, while still rebounding like a wing and scoring like a primary option. 23 30-point games, 13 games with 35-plus points, the 5th most in the NBA. And to top it off, he joined Nikola Jokic as the only players in the league to average at least 26 points and 9 assists. At just 23 years old, Cunningham earned his first All-Star selection, made All-NBA third team, and even drew serious consideration for Most Improved Player. What makes it even more impressive, he did it all while playing every night for Detroit, carrying a massive load and leading the Pistons back to the postseason and their first playoff win in 17 years. For anyone who ever doubted whether Cade could be the number 1 option on a legitimate team, that doubt is gone. Heading into 25-26, questioning him feels almost unthinkable. Beyond the scoring and production, what separates Cade is the way he thinks about the game. His feel, his instincts, and his decision-making have turned him into the engine of everything Detroit does on offense. The numbers bear it out. He finished last season in the 99th percentile in quality of shots created for others, and the 98th percentile in overall playmaking talent. He ranked 4th in the league in assists per game, behind only Nikola Jokic, Trae Young, and Tyrese Halliburton. His 9.1 dimes accounted for over 40% of the Pistons' total assists, meaning nearly half of Detroit's offensive creation flowed directly through him. Add in the 26.1 points he scored himself, and Cade was responsible for almost 50 points per game, 3rd most in the NBA, tied with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the production has been steady, from 5.6 assists as a rookie, to 6 in his injury-shortened sophomore year, to 7.5 in 23-24, and then this leap, nearly 2 more assists per night, while leading Detroit back into relevance. That progression isn't luck, it's elite decision-making refined year after year. Cade does it in every way possible. He keeps his dribble alive under pressure, snakes around screens, and waits until the exact moment the defense cracks. He throws lobs in traffic with perfect timing, threads cross-court passes to shooters, and manipulates defenders with his eyes, like a veteran quarterback. He assisted Malik Beasley on 75 threes, the most by any passer-shooter duo in the league, and connected with Jalen Duren on 84 dunks, the most of any passer-big man combo. That's court mapping at its highest level. And it's not just the passes, it's the pressure. Cunningham had the 3rd most points created on drives last season, trailing only SGA and Jalen Brunson. And those constant downhill attacks collapse the defense and force rotations, opening everything else up for his teammates. That said, all those dimes and connections come from Cade's patience and poise. Whether it's the hesitation dribble that buys half a second, the subtle look-off that freezes a weak-side defender, or the ambidextrous pass released just before the window closes, he always seems to have the counter. He's not flashy, but you feel like he knows what's going to happen 2 seconds before anyone else. And his playmaking and elite decision-making are the primary reasons the Pistons have returned to relevancy in the Eastern Conference. But Cunningham isn't just the Pistons' best player, he's their heartbeat. His leadership and clutch gene have been the driving force behind Detroit's rise. Time and time again, he's shown that rare feel for the moment, knowing exactly what's needed and delivering it. When the game is on the line, Cade always steps up, evidenced by his clutch plays, firstly against the Hawks back in November, where he attacked the lane and dropped in a hook shot through traffic to put Detroit ahead, and then sealed the win with a clutch block on the other end. Not long after, against the Heat, with Bam Adebayo draped all over him, he calmly banked in a three with just 0.6 seconds left to give the Pistons a statement win. These aren't just highlight plays, they're proof that Cade can take over when everything hangs in the balance. And it's not just scoring. Cade became the first Pistons player ever to record a triple-double at Madison Square Garden, and last November, he stacked up 4 triple-doubles in a single month. So whether it's scoring, finding teammates, guarding opposing stars like LeBron or Giannis, or grabbing the critical rebound, Cade has already proven he can do it all. But what separates him is his leadership. He's the guy who brings his teammates together, holds them accountable, and pushes them towards greatness. Malik Beasley put it best. It's easy for him. He's learning the game and making it look easy out there. And that's exactly what Cade has done, elevating the guys around him. Before Jaden Ivey's injury, he was on pace for career bests across the board. Beasley shattered his career high in made threes. Around Cade, everyone eats. Cunningham has the poise, the voice, and the game of a true franchise cornerstone. For Detroit, he's not just the future, he's already that guy. And it shows how far Cunningham has come from the time he entered the league. When the Pistons drafted Cunningham with the #1 pick in 2021, they knew they were getting talent, but nobody knew just how far he'd take it. As a rookie, he showed flashes of brilliance, averaging 17.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. Good enough to finish third in Rookie of the Year voting. He was raw, but the foundation was there. Then came the setback. Just 12 games into his second season, Cunningham went down with an injury that required surgery, and Detroit stumbled to only 17 wins. By his third season, under Monty Williams, Cade bounced back with career highs of 22.7 points and 7.5 assists. Though the team struggled through a brutal 28-game losing streak that cost Williams his job. This last season, under new coach JB Bickerstaff, Cade has evolved into a superstar. He put up 26.1 points and 9.1 assists a night while leading Detroit to 44 wins, their first playoff in years, and became the unquestioned leader of the team. The kind of player who not only carries the scoring load, but raises everyone around him. So, from injury-prone question mark to All-NBA cornerstone, Cade Cunningham didn't just improve, he evolved and even transformed himself. But for all the strides he's made, Cade Cunningham is still far from a finished product. His biggest weakness is finishing at the rim. Despite his size and strength at 6'6", Cade shot just 56% at the basket, ranking in the 17th percentile among guards. He gets there often, attempting nearly 10 shots per game inside 8 feet, but too many of them rim out. The ability to generate those looks is encouraging, but improving his efficiency in that area would elevate him into a whole new tier of scorer. Turnovers are another small blemish. Cunningham averaged 4.4 turnovers per game last season, the second most in the league, behind Trae Young. Some of that comes with the territory of being the Pistons' offensive engine, and his turnover rate is actually in line with other high-usage stars. Still, too many of his mistakes come from forced reads, the kind of errors that kill momentum late in games. Detroit will eventually need a secondary playmaker to ease that burden, but Cade himself has to take a little bit better care of the ball. Defensive isolation is also a concern. While Cunningham has the size to guard multiple positions, he finished in just the 25th percentile in isolation defense. Against elite wings, his footwork and lateral quickness can be exposed, forcing Detroit to scheme around certain matchups. Even with those flaws, there is a clear roadmap for growth. Rim finishing can be trained, decision-making sharpens with experience, defensive discipline comes with time. Cade has only finished his 4th season, and he's already playing at an All-NBA level. The imperfections don't detract from his rise, they make it more compelling. They remind us, as good as he already is, there is still another level to reach. And with everything he's already accomplished and the untapped potential still ahead of him, Cade Cunningham looks every bit the part of a potential future MVP. He's only 23, yet he's already one of the league's best playmakers, finishing top 5 in assists last season, while shouldering the offensive weight of a playoff team. At 6'6", with elite IQ, ambidextrous passing, and the ability to dictate pace, Cade has the profile of a lead guard built for modern NBA. Winning MVP in year 5 might sound ambitious, but history shows it's not far-fetched. Derrick Rose won his at 22 in his 3rd season. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Steph Curry all claimed theirs first around year 6. Kevin Durant in year 7, James Harden in year 9. The point is, there isn't a set timeline, but by year 5, great players are usually in the conversation. Cunningham already finished 7th in voting last season, and if he sharpens his finishing, cuts down his turnovers, and the Pistons keep climbing, he'll be firmly in the race. He won't have an easy path, sharing the race with Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Luka, and other generational talents makes the MVP field historically crowded. But Cade has the leadership, the production, and the narrative on his side. As head coach, JB Bickerstaff put it, he has the ability to be the guy on an elite team. He's the complete package. And it's not just that Cunningham is good, it's that he plays the game the way you dreamed of playing it if you had total control. You don't just watch Cade play, you watch what the future of basketball might look like. So let me ask, what do you see when you watch Cade play? Drop your favorite Cade moment in the comments. I'll be checking them out. And if you love basketball as much as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.